Good evening, folks, and welcome to your regular daily now counselling session for all Newcastle United fans. Welcome to the Toon Review, and hope you're all well and had a good. What day are we on now? Monday? Is it Monday? Tuesday,
yeah.
Hopefully you've had a good. That's how we are at the minute, because it just seems like fucking Groundhog Day every day. But I am joined. Well, we thought Billy was still asleep, but he joined as the intro was rolling. So good evening to my colleagues.
Good evening to the Toon Review Massive, the Magpie Massive, and you sensational people in Viewland.
And Sam. Sam just was
Sam, Radio Star Sam.
Yes, Radio Star. Those of you that listened, she was on Talk Sport chatting away to Mr. Jordan this morning, and I have to say, Sam, it was superb. You conducted yourself excellently and put your points across very, very well. And you always know that they're interested, because Simon Jordan thought, "Ooh, an articulate lady speaking about football," and there you go. He was nodding away, and I didn't like the way he called Newcastle a town, though. I think he needs to get his geography right, and it's the city of Newcastle. But I'm being a little bit pedantic there, but never mind.
I kind of wanted to keep him on his good side, since he was agreeing that Newcastle was the best place for Sesko, and I wanted to amplify that as a fan and someone from the area as well. So yeah, I was glad to be on, and to be honest, it felt like I just needed to get it off my chest a little bit. So
Yes. Guys, as usual, if you do enjoy tonight's show, please do smash that like button. It really, really does help the channel, pushes us out there in the search results, so like fellow fans like yourselves can find the channel. And of course, super chats are available, which is the $ if you want to donate to the channel. That will also guarantee your comment to be read out. We have thousands of people watching the live shows now, so if you definitely want your comment read out, that is the best way to go. And of course, you'll be helping the channel as well. You can become a member, of course, by hitting the join button just underneath us. That is a monthly way to help the channel, and you are automatically entered into the members' draws for loads of prizes. And I mentioned the prizes. Those that were won before I went on holiday, they are all being sent out this week. So there was a delay in sending them, obviously, with puppies coming along a week before I went on holiday. Then, of course, holiday. It's been madness. So they will be sent out over the course of this week. Right. Let's get into it, shall we? The counselling session is now beginning. Where do I start? Manchester United come in with an offer today. They obviously have come in with an offer lower than what Newcastle United have. Me and Sam chatting behind the scenes before the start of the show, Billy, think that Manchester United put that offer in because maybe Sesko's people have said that he will join them. It seems incredible that they've put a lower offer in than us, but potentially will get the player.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's exactly what they've done it. In the real world, in most business senses, you get Leipzig telling Man United to do one and accepting the higher offer. But I've just got a feeling that Manchester United know things that they shouldn't know, and all the agents told them, and it's kind of a done deal for me. Unfortunately, because I think it would have been a great signing. Yeah.
I mean, anybody that's watched Sesko play, I mean, we followed him on this channel, Sam, for a couple of years, even before you came on the scene. And, he's a big talent. And, I mean, Dave's saying there, lower bid, not even hiding the corruption. It's just madness, isn't it? I mean, like you said, I can't remember, or football has changed so much now that you put a lower offer in than another club and get the player. It makes no sense.
Absolutely. And it's, do you know what? I'm battle weary from this transfer window.
Yeah.
It is exhausting. Yeah. And this just again puts the obvious spotlight on the corruption which is going on. It feels the injustice, it feels so unfair. Like, I've been wanting Newcastle to just say, stuff it, we don't have time. Take the money. Here's the money. We need players in. We've got a war chest. Here we go. Let's do this. And even when we try that tactic, it doesn't work because there's insiders, there's other things at play. I've never known a club put in a lower bid and come out as the favourite. Like, unless they knew that he was a sure thing, why would you put in a lower bid? It's embarrassing. It's exhausting to be in Newcastle.
As long as still, I mean, the first bid we had turned down, we actually put more up front than what Manchester United are doing now
with their original offer. Yeah,
and they were saying, it was just the fact that the add-ons weren't good. We needed more up front. They've put in $5 million less than our first bid up front, and they haven't rejected it. Which you'd think they would, wouldn't you?
Well, indeed, and I'm starting to become disillusioned with the whole thing. I put something on X earlier on that I'm fed up with the transfer window now. It just seems though, Billy, like Newcastle United have been used as a pawn for all these players. We've been used to negotiate and to get deals done for other teams. I just don't see a backbone at this football club right now.
Listen, if they're getting gazumped, or in this case, under gazumped, I'm not sure what we can do about it, to be honest. We certainly can't match the wages packets of what these clubs are offering, despite Benjamin Sesko apparently being happy with both, lots of personal terms. I just think if whatever we go for, if there's the next drive down the line, who's to stop Spurs going in for him? Or Man City or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's a concerted effort by the Cartel Six to stop us progressing. And at the same time, try and pinch our best assets, cherry pick our best assets. If we don't get Sesko, it's imperative we keep Isak. Imperative.
Well, Ladstones here says, I'm not sad. We're making the right moves. And if a player wants to come, then great. And if not, that's okay. Eddie will continue to succeed with the team and we will gradually become more attractive. I don't agree. I'm sorry. Listen, I value everybody's opinion, but we all can agree and disagree, but I don't agree with that. I think time is running out for this transfer window. We've got 3 weeks left, 4 weeks left of the 3.5 weeks of the window. And our squad is threadbare. We've got Joe Willock possibly out for God knows how long now as well, let's remember. So we're a midfielder down that we could really do without being injured. We've got Botman, who isn't necessarily at 100% fitness, I don't think. However, we haven't got at the moment, the way it is, Will Azula is probably taking Isak out the equation just for now. He is our striker. And I don't think anybody is 100% confident with Will Azula going. Nothing against the kid, but he's very raw. And he's not the elite striker that we need certainly going into the Champions League. We are going into a Champions League season here, and we can't get any players through the door. And Sam, we have to start asking questions about the backbone and what are we doing here? It's all right saying our players are changing their mind and going elsewhere. Why? What? Take money out the equation, because I don't see what the hell. We need to change this wage structure. I think everybody agrees with that. We need to start breaking that down if we want the elite players playing for Newcastle United. But what is going on behind the scenes to the backbone to stand up to all this nonsense?
Well, listen, for me, and it may be an unpopular opinion, but I'm just sat here looking, thinking Andy Howe is like a learner driver behind the wheel of a freight train going off the tracks right now. And that's not his fault, because we had a director of football who exited for unknown reasons, very sharpish at a terrible time for us. So that's put us at a real detriment. Yeah. But again, we were talking about this before, that organizational structure about, we know that Darren Eales was exiting the club. Why haven't we been giving him support and finding a handover replacement for him in this meantime to support that skeleton recruitment team? We've just played this entirely wrong. Certainly the CEO, we would have known that we would have needed that well in advance. We've known for a great deal of time there. We're doing one deal at a time. And I'm sorry, but I do believe that this is going to be a domino effect if we don't get the right players in. If we are not showing our current superstars that we have the ambition to kick on and that we are an attractive option, then where are we going to be? We've got our Brazilians who are ride or die, which I absolutely love. So please put your time, effort, and love, and the names are on your back of your shirts for those lads.
Yeah, but eventually, Sam, they're going to look at this and say, well, this club cannot attract the players to win the competitions we want to be involved in.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we have to look elsewhere and play elsewhere.
Exactly.
If we can't attract the elite.
Yeah, the painful thing about this is this was the window of hope for me. We have been patient. We have waited a long time to open that war chest, and now it's here. The time has come. We got the silverware. We got Champions League. It's time to spend it. And tumbleweed, nobody wants to come. That's bad salespeople for me.
It is. Chris at Evermore, good evening. I spoke to Chris earlier on in messaging on X, and he's just as angry as I am, really. Our failure to land players is by design by the football Ilmantai, but PIF have been asleep at the wheel and allowed it to happen. They have failed us.
I agree.
Strong words. Strong words. I mean, look, I'm not going to say things like, oh, they failed us or anything until that window closes. That will be the time for us to dissect the whole transfer window. Let's see who we do bring in before the end of the transfer window. And if it's still the same as it is now, absolutely, there has been failings there, and we are due some sort of explanation from our football club. You know, because at the end of the day, we are the fans of this football club, and without the fans, the club is nothing. So we deserve to know what the hell is going on behind the scenes, because clearly, you know, we are being pushed around by the bigger clubs. Absolutely, we are in this transfer window. It does show that Newcastle, as an entity, are still a long way off being one of the big clubs in the Premier League. Absolutely, that shows that. But
they won't let us, Paul. They won't let us do that.
Well, they won't. I understand there's a flip side. Yeah.
This is part of it all. I mean, they don't want us in that top six qualifying for European football year in, year out. Same with Aston Villa, same with whoever wants a bit of ambition. That cartel six want that top six spot sewn up. And stopping us making those signings or trying to cherry pick our players, it's one of the ways they're doing it.
So can I ask you, lads, because I absolutely agree with everything you just said, Billy, but I'm just curious, what is the answer here? Like, because we're clearly going for the right targets, because all the big six clubs are getting right in there and pipping us to the post every single time. And, you know, it's always wages. I know that's a huge factor as well. But that wasn't a massive problem when, you know, we'd just been taken over. So why are we in this problem now? Are we looking at the incorrect targets? Are we getting ahead of ourselves here? Do we need to look, I don't know, at a different level of player more internationally? I don't have an answer, but I'm scratching my head thinking,
I'm
how
not
do
sure
we
it's even international time. It's just that level down.
Yeah.
The so-called big six would turn the nose up at, and we buy them and improve them so much. Locking Isak, for instance, from the level he was at to a world-class level, then they'll come to cherry picking then. But that's the only way we're going to do it. And you have to be lucky in doing that, because not all transfers from that level of player are going to work out.
Well, guys, we've got nearly 3,000 people watching alone on YouTube. So thank you so much. That is incredible. And another 500 or so watching on X as well. I'm putting a poll up now because I've seen quite a few comments racing through. So this is the question for tonight's poll. Do the elite players want to play for Eddie Howe? So that's the question I'm asking you tonight, because I've seen quite a few comments flying through there saying these players just don't want to play for Eddie Howe. He's not a big enough name or whatever it is. There you go. So I'll put the poll up so you can all answer that question. Do the elite players want to play for Eddie Howe? Yes or no? And I've ballsed it up. Hang on a minute.
The dramatic press enter button failed miserably.
It did. I put add an option. But there you go. It's there now. Do the elite players want to play for Eddie Howe? Let's cover a few super chats now as well, guys, because there's loads come in. Thank you very much for all your support, by the way. It's incredible. Adam Bell. Transfer window is shambolic, but Lady Sam on TalkSport was ace. She certainly was. I was washing the dishes at the time, listening to... I normally listen to what Simon Jordan's got to say. I don't listen to all the shows on there. But then they said Newcastle fan Sam on the line, and then I thought, hang on a minute. I recognise that voice.
So
Very
mistakable.
strange.
That nasally, cockney.
I thought, oh God, it's her.
I've got to say the poll to me, it's a bit of a loaded question. I've got to say, because if you're a footballer, you should want to play for Eddie Howe. With a record, he's got of improving players.
Well, that's why I'm asking the question, Billy. Because
I don't think it's down to that. I don't think it's anything. There's nothing to do with Eddie Howe. I think it's all to do with the fact that money we pay.
Well, that's your opinion, Billy. That's why we're asking the viewers, because I'm interested to see where the viewers sit on it. Right now, it's 50-50. So, anyway, Geordie Revolution is a new member of the channel. Thank you, mate. Welcome to Members Club. Night of Need Gaming, a member for 36 months. Sam Talk Sport segment on their YouTube channel. Everyone's saying she was talking sense. Great advert for TTR. She forgot to mention TTR.
Listen, I was in the moment. I was on a break from work, having a cup of tea, and I thought, nah, we need some representation.
I'm getting on here. I'm kicking off. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. Ollie's been a member for 27 months. Honestly, what do these players see in Man United? It's getting sad for us. Well,
do you know what's worse? The fans are planning a protest. Jim can't fix it on the opening day of the season.
We'll talk about that, because that infuriated me when I saw that.
What? Say again?
They're having a protest, Billy.
The
What's it
protesting.
called?
Jim
can't fix it.
I'm not even kidding. And considering going.
Yeah, it's absolutely unbelievable.
I know.
Yeah. I think Billy's reaction says absolute everything you need to know. Graham Beaker, rightly or wrongly, I've decided anyone that joins Man United is nothing but a money-grabbing see you next Tuesday, as wages has to be the only reason. Nick's Picks, a member for a month. Please tell me some good news. It's all I've been able to think about all day, scaffolding. Well, you might want to jump off the top of the scaffolding.
United did a campaign for paying tribute to an old fucking paedophile. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Peter Garthwaite says Jamie Rubin is now heading the Sesko deal up. Well, it's not going to work. Sync with the super chats. It's not corruption. What United's bid insinuates to me is Sesko wants United, and they're bidding lower on the consensus that he wants them and only them. That's what we said before the show, to be honest, Sync. I perfectly agree with you. I don't think they put that offer in unless they've been given a heads up. Jevrath says, thought this was the summer, but I'm over it. Can't see us getting top 10. Pound for pound boxing. Romano needs boycotting. Big part of the problem. Do you know what? I tried to get Romano on the channel last season. And do you know what the email I got back? Do you know how much he wanted to charge me for 20 minutes of his time?
It's a lot, £300 in it. It's something ridiculous.
Try 1,200, Billy.
Fuck you.
£1,200 for 20 minutes appearance fee on the channel. I didn't reply, funny enough. Biffed by Adam West says, if no Sesko, Isak stays, not because we need to have an elite striker, it's because what good is 150 million when no one will take the dollars we already have? Well, Calvert-Lewin's still out there. Dan Robinson, 100% agree, Billy. Been seeing all window cartel clubs working together to stop us progressing, buying our key targets and trying to unsettle the club. Mark Mullins says, at 22 and wanting to improve your talent, why would you choose Man United with Bobble Applebin in charge instead of going to a manager like ours who improves you? I've got to agree with that. And somebody did put an interesting point up on X earlier on. They listed the name of players who've been recent signings for Manchester United and completely fell off a cliff. And there was about 15 players on there, guys, including Cristiano Ronaldo, remember, who went there for the second time and completely things must be bad. He's supposed to be on a night off. Good evening, Stato.
Hey, Stato.
Good evening, everyone.
Things must be bad if you're having a night off and you've joined us, mate.
Oh, I've only got a few minutes, but I've been listening. I'm furious. I'm absolutely furious with the situation.
I'll rest on the super chats for now. I will read them all out, guys. Don't worry. But we'll listen to what Alex has got to say before he has to go back off again. Go on, then. The floor is yours, matey.
Liverpool are Premier League champions. There's a reasonable opportunity to go and win the Champions League, win consistent trophies, and build a super team. Nobody's disputing that. Yep. Chelsea have got an abundance of money, loopholes galore, have got a really good, interesting young side, and are a cool project to go and join potentially if you can fight for your place. But Manchester United, on the other hand, the fact that we have the potential to lose this fight has got me seething. They are an absolute joke of a club where players go to die, effectively. You've got Sancho with mental health issues, depression, Anthony with the same issues. These are £80 million players that go there to not be progressed as players, and they are trapped because of the high salaries and fees. They can't get out when they realise they've made a mistake. It is a grossly run club. They are £1 billion in debt, but because of their high revenue due to the way the rules are written, they can spend upwards of £200 million across 3 attackers this window, which is an absolute disgrace. Yeah. They do not improve players. It is not a happy club. It is not a competitive club at the moment. They finished on barely above 40 points last season, have no European competition, play an ambiguous formation at best. Bruno Fernandes, their best player, is a ratbag and tried to hack people from behind the other day. It is a disgusting club, rotting, and it needs to be gutted. There is no reason for people to be joining Manchester United over us. It is a disgusting club. Any Man United fans in the chat, you know it's true. Despite the history, fantastic history, one of the best English teams of all time. However, currently, not a move for a young, ambitious player. And I'm going to be furious if he picks Manchester United. He's being ill-advised and he needs a brain scan. Absolutely ridiculous.
If this is going to make you feel any better, the transfer show on Sky Sports News are now showing Sesko as the second most expensive transfer of the summer, RB Leipzig to Manchester United. With a star.
They shouldn't be able to do this. We have zero debt.
That just says it all, though, doesn't it? About the rhetoric and the direction that these media outlets are going in.
The initial numbers. The initial numbers were including their fee of the bid plus add-ons to make it look like they'd bid more. That was the original story that dropped on Sky. So I'm sorry, Keith. I love you as a journalist. You're great. But your employers have got a rhetoric to push. I know you don't agree with it, but I think they do. Because they were bundling together the total package for the Manchester United bid, and they did not do it for our bid. So it made it look like a bigger bid, when in actuality it wasn't, as you clearly broke that down. So it's just gone beyond it at this point. And let's be honest, guys, Benjamin Sesko is a potential player. He's a high potential player. There's no guarantee that this is going to work. Yeah. We love him. He's got 6'5", he's technical, he's interesting. We think he could be a superstar. But we've not really seen more than 15 goals in certain leagues. So it's still there's a pin in it. We're not sure. So the fact that I'm getting somebody that's
I'm sure, just with a manager that got a fantastic track record of improving players.
100%. Yeah, I think we could progress him
against people that fucking go the other way.
Guys, is this not similar to when we went for Isak though?
Yeah, but they weren't willing to take the risk at that point. But now they know.
What I'm saying is that's the kind of player Sesko is to me. He's very similar to Isak with huge potential.
100%.
So I think the whole thing stinks. I really do.
But this is part of their attempt at making sure Newcastle do not make the top 6 next season. Never mind Champions League. It's about getting the top 6. That big 6 cartel. A lot of clubs have to be in the top 6 year in, year out for this to work. Otherwise, again, they get that threat out of Super League.
It's sickening.
But I just don't understand this, because we're offering more money and potentially from what I've heard, it looks like we're willing to offer the right money for the player as well. We're willing to match that. So if that's the case, it's purely the player's decision, which I don't understand. Do they not watch football? Do they not talk to each other as players? Has he not seen what's happened to Anthony? What's happened to Jadon Sancho? All of these players have just been destroyed. Højlund, Xerxes. None of it's worked. You've got Casemiro, who was an absolute ultra elite superstar at Real Madrid, 4 times Champions League winner, went to Man United and they slag him off all the time for being old. Yeah, because he's old. It's a joke. Players talk. I don't get how there's a positive perception at Man United. I don't understand it at all. It's baffling.
It is. It is. Is that it? Is that what you've come on to say, Alex?
Yeah, I'm furious because Šeško was going to go on the shirt if we got him, and I know he was. It's not anymore. So I'm very, very disappointed. And that's why I opened with I can accept losing a player to a Liverpool bid because if you go to Liverpool, they might have a good crack at winning the Champions League next year. Fair enough. That is fair. Man United are not even in a European competition next year, so
it's a farce, man. It's a farce. Well, we'll see you tomorrow night, matey. Enjoy the rest
I'm going
of
for dinner and I've got to go out. Thank you, everyone. I just wanted to have a little strop because I am furious with this.
All right, dude. We'll see you tomorrow, pal. Take care. Well, you kind of knew that Alex would join us. You had that feeling that the anger would be kicking in there. Go through a few more super chats, guys, because we've got loads. By the way, please keep subscribing, guys. We've got nearly 4,500 people watching in total. You do have to be a subscriber now of the channel to put a comment in because, the idiots. I mean, if you want to be an idiot and hit subscribe and then wait for 10 minutes before you can say your trolley comment, then how sad is your life, basically? So true fans, please do keep subscribing if you want to take part in the chat. Hit the likes as well, guys. Keep them coming in. Eric Amaral says the joy of football is dying. I'm ready to check out. Gary Harrer says I can't see us letting Isak go now for a sixth choice striker to come in. It's a lose-lose situation now. Sam says we are in deep trouble next season. I doubt we even make top 10 and PIF will look to sell us off. LEDC says fork in the road, forge ahead or go backwards. We're going back. We'll start losing more players. Eddie Howe to the England job and ultimately be sold. Crux time. Bruno's Magic Hat says, so if RB accepts a lesser bid, that means Man United can take the savings and offer Sesko higher wages off the difference. How is that allowed? Because it's the cartel. It's rigged.
You can sell to whoever you want, that can't you? But
you can, yeah. But we know what's going on, Billy.
The fact they're accepting a lower upfront bid than the one they turned down when we originally bid. I'm not sure.
How are their fan base going to feel about that? And they could have had extra money off the sale.
Well, I mean, they've let everybody go. All the staff behind the scenes, yet they can still afford millions of pounds upon players. Dan's back with another one. The cartel and Premier League have been working hard to stall our project. Now it looks like this season they've achieved it. Uncompetitive and unlawful. The council estate kid. You're not the one. You not think one of the issues is that Eddie is not a big enough name as manager to top Europe elite players. We love him, but they don't seem to. We'll have a chat about that in a moment. No. Ray Fagan, we are knackered. Agent Tech says we need to look at Europe for next Isak, Bruno, etc. I agree 100% with that.
We are, aren't we? Even there.
Well,
FTK, Sesko, etc., etc. It's not just a case of Britain, it's everywhere.
Yeah. Ricky Thomas says this was our last chance of a top-class striker. Now we're on the second-tier strikers, which won't do for Champions League. Andy Toonhunder is a new member of the channel. Welcome, Andy. DK35 says, let's ignore these two-man recruitment team with their feet up. Do you think players would be more attracted to us if we had someone like an Allegri or a Nagelsmann managing us? Is how an issue with star names. I told you, a lot of the viewers are thinking that.
Interesting.
Geordie Dan, member for 13 months. Can I have your autograph, Lady Sam?
You can have this. No.
Just email the channel and we'll get one sorted for you, maybe.
Sam.
Who did it?
Hennick.
Normally happen there, Billy.
Let's move on. Hennick. Dear God. Hennick with the super chat. Thank you. Hattrick says, in danger of Howe running out of patience and going. Well, I mean, there's that issue as well. Sink says, Newcastle targeting the right players. That's a show of ambition in itself. You're just competing with more prestigious clubs. Not much to do with Eddie Howe. Shane Henry, 2 years as a member. Thank you so much, Shane. It's not the club's fault. All these players are mercenaries and the cartel are paying through the nose in wages. It's not about football or the manager. George T says, is there a copy of Sam's chat available?
Cool. The YouTube of Talk Sports on now, imagine.
Yeah, it is.
Tom and Jordan, and who was he with, Sam? I don't know who was he with. That's the matter is, though, they're not even these clubs that we compete with. Don't bid first. We're always the first ones in.
Yeah.
So before we bid for them, these clubs don't seem to be interested in these players.
We're obviously looking at the right people. We're looking at the right people, but we're not getting the business done quick enough.
We're not able to get the business done. Yeah, and that's a big question mark for me. Ryan, the only way out of this mess is to hire a law firm and take the shower of a league to court. Yeah, but we voted for this FFP, though, didn't we? You know, we voted in favour of it, but I get your point. Nab says, 3, if the Premier League is a cartel, don't be shocked if backhanded guides, transfers. These are billion-dollar decisions, and people in power don't play fair. They protect profit. We'll stay away from the legal side of things, even though Billy's finger waving. Anya, a member for 6 months. Thank you, Anya. It's not Eddie Howe's fault what happens during this transfer window. It's not his place to recruit new players, present the deals or projects. Well, no, but he kind of brought that on himself a little bit, didn't he? Look, Mitchell's comments about not being fit for purpose, the transfer stuff at Newcastle United, maybe Mitchell's dealings weren't fit for purpose, quite honestly, from what's certainly coming out of the woodwork. Rachel, our head mod, member as well for 37 months. Thanks, Rach. I'm so done with this transfer window. Isak, Sesko, the lot. My head is mashed with it all. Graham says, donating purely to ask Paul to stop mentioning DCL before he wills it into existence.
Yes. Can you stop doing that?
I will erupt if we signed him. I tell you what, there would be.
I tell you what, by the end of the window, we might be grateful for the lads. So just shut your face.
Oh dear God!
I bet none of the Cartel 6 come and compete with him.
No, you're right, Billy. Yeah, Helsusa says we need to start shopping in South America. Anya with a super chat, thank you. Jay says loved hearing Sam on TalkSport. I felt proud. Rich Story, good evening, Rich. Anyone who goes to Man United is a mercenary. Absolutely. James Morrison says, I just want to sign Agahawa. That's a tremendous name. I can't be asked for Sesko. We wasted 2 weeks on this deal, not to mention we still need 2 centre midfielders and a centre back. The season starts in a week. Exactly. And that's my worry. His time is running out. Agent Tech says it's time to get legal, join with Villa and Forest. Leon, it's annoyingly, as we barely spent last season. Well, we barely spent 3 seasons, mate. Channel Right, all down to our incompetent owners. Oh, dear. McFly says, where do we stand as a club? We have no chance next season competing on all fronts. I see us being in a relegation battle. The club is a shit show. Ouch.
If it's to sit Isak down and going with Asuda, you can't disagree with that because I can't see him scoring any goals.
Good point. Chris Murray says, nice to see you and the family back safe and sound. Hi to Sam and Billy. Sam was a purely belter on TalkSport. There you go. Cynical Jim says, how isn't the problem? No CEO and DOF is. I agree with that. I think we've brought this all on ourselves. We haven't recruited very quickly to get stuff done. Nabs is a new member of the channel. Thank you, Nabs. Booed. Remember for 42 months. Wow. Don't think it's out to do with the players not wanting Eddie. A lot of these players just want the higher wages or want to join one of the legacy big clubs.
Bang on.
Joe Wilkinson says, was it PIF or Ashley that signed up to the PSR?
Ashley.
It was Ashley, yeah.
And it suited him because it was an excuse not to spend money, wasn't it?
Yeah, of course it was. Of course it was. Ike for PM says Bruno, Isak, etc. weren't cheap. They came on a promise that FFP has stopped. That's why Sesko's aren't coming.
It's not a case of it stopping. It's the same thing as it was when it first come in 12, 13 years ago.
Well,
inflation hasn't been applied to it, which it should be at least double that now.
Anyway, a certain other player has now been linked with Newcastle United again. And that is Nicholas Jackson. And obviously, he has been linked with us a lot this summer, guys. I know, Billy. I know. You have to laugh or you will cry.
He couldn't finish in Milky Way after being on hunger strike for 6 months.
Well, let's be honest. I've never rated Nicholas Jackson. And quite frankly, he's a head case. He's an absolute head case. And I don't see what the appeal is of signing Nicholas Jackson. Sam?
Shit.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I think Billy's took the words right out of my mouth there. Yeah, I mean, I think he showed some promise when he first came in. I think that would be hard to dispute. And then he absolutely fell off a cliff a little bit. I just think the constant changes with the Chelsea lineups really messes with players' heads. You need some type of consistency, even on a rotational basis. They've got an army of players. He is not the one for me. We need to get a much cheaper option in. I do not think he is worth the price tag that Chelsea would pay us. And I don't want to fund the bastards either. Nah, fuck them.
By the way, can I just say that the story that's going around on X about Newcastle United leaving Matt Targett in Korea was started by the Almucker Frank Chipperfield on X. It's a load of it's a joke, guys. Yet loads of people have jumped on it as if it's serious. We haven't left.
Good segue. They're going from Nicholas Jackson to missing the target.
Well, yes, absolutely. By the way, Chelsea have apparently signed William Estavo from Palmeiras. So there's another one going to Chelsea. I mean, bloody hell's fire.
But they've also selling Dewsbury Hall for 30-odd million to Everton, aren't they? So that kind of they've sold a lot of players.
30-odd million, though. By the way, Keith Downey was at it again with Goldbridge today. Did anybody see that?
No.
I saw the comment.
Yeah, Goldbridge made a comment saying, "Oh, poor Keith," when the Sesko thing came out. And Keith replied, "I don't know why you're being like this. I've always got on with Forest fans."
Class.
I mean, is that is absolutely superb. That absolutely superb.
Mint.
I mean, look, on a serious note, guys, is there if Sesko does not come, where do we turn next? I mean, how many? Because I mentioned this on last night's show as well, guys. You have to remember that if we go for another striker, they're going to think, well, how far down the list am I of your priorities? You know, you wait until 6 or 7 strikers have turned you down, and then you're coming to me. I mean, how are we going to sell it to them?
Well, the simple answer is the one that's already at the club, for me.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
It's true. And once Eddie Howe says to you, all out there that didn't want Ed, I want you to get behind Alexander this week. We need you to be behind him. What are you going to do? Come on.
I'm sorry,
I want to be clear here. We will celebrate. Honestly, Billy, like, right.
I'm sure you're trying to give Sam a heart attack, to be honest, Billy. You're raising her blood pressure every single night.
Massage my earlobes and say sweet nothings into my own ear because you have got me on the fucking edge with that shit, Billy. But that aside, you wind-up merchant. Yes, if he stays and he doesn't have to go, he's on a 3-year contract. So let's think of worst case scenario. What happens at the end of the road? We have to keep Isak. I ain't happy with him being in that dressing room because he is a rat for me. He's a rat. But Billy's right. We will not forget. We will forgive. We will celebrate goals because we are celebrating for our team. Be clear, I am not celebrating that man. I don't have anything else to say on it. I'm celebrating my team's success, not the man. He can fuck off. Anyway, carry on.
Well, I mean, that's pretty, I mean, just don't be too strong with your feelings on that, Sam. I mean, I wasn't last night. Obviously, I agree with everything you say.
We're just a team that holds back, Paul, aren't we? We're just quite reserved lot.
I mean, that's why people like watching, because we say how
we currently have the best striker in the world playing for us. I say playing for us. Keep
that guy on his shit wages, being unhappy, unsettling our dressing room and making everybody think that he doesn't want to be here and that we're not an attractive project.
I think that the chance will offer him more money. I really do.
And a very handsome release clause.
Well, look, I don't see the point of that. I really don't. I don't see the point of a release clause because it's going to come about all again next summer. Who's going to meet his release clause, all of that bollocks. And personally, I don't really want to look at a player who I know doesn't want to pull on that black and white shirt, is more content moving somewhere else. And he's just using us for just staying for another season just because, you know, people can't pay the money for him. It stinks to high heaven for me. What about Vlahovic, guys? I mean, he's apparently left Juventus, and I don't know what the situation with him is because he's been linked with us in the past, of course. Could you see us going for him?
400k week wages.
Well, here we go again. I mean, Nick's
like
pick says
I was so surprised. Jesus, no.
I mean, is there really no other choice after this? Is there no other choice?
There's Gonzalo Ramos at PSG. There's Samu.
Samu's got a release clause, hasn't he? I'm sure he's got. I'm sure I read he had a release clause.
Yeah, but I mean, they're gambles, to be honest. I think they're both gambles. Whereas, I mean, Sesko's a gamble to a certain extent.
Yeah, but Billy, is it not coming to the point? Is it not coming to the point now where we actually have to gamble? Time is running out, so we have to take. Maybe not. I'm not saying panic buy, but we have to take a gamble on one of these players. I'm sure.
Callum Wiley's another one. Yeah, Callum Wiley's another one. That's a good shout.
Well, Boniface as well, by the way.
Boniface,
quality player. But the thing is, there has to be other players that we scouted, surely. I mean, we've got a massive scouting network. Surely there are other strikers out and about. Well, yes.
The problem is, Paul, time. We'll have a massive list of players. I've got no problem with the recruitment team and the homework that's being done. We're clearly going after the right targets for me.
But we haven't got the right staffing to get the deals done.
Exactly. We haven't got the time to do it. That's the problem.
Well, you know, we could start the game away at Aston Villa with a front two of Vardy and DCL.
Fuck my life.
I mean, wouldn't that just sum up the transfer window? Wouldn't that just?
I'm not sure why we didn't go in for John Duran at the beginning of it all.
Yeah, well, you did mention that, yeah. I mean, Ramos seems to be. I'm sure he's been mentioned by the Northeast Journalist as somebody that Newcastle would potentially look at. By the way, Ollie, the breakfast show will be starting soon. Not quite this week because I've just come back off holiday, mate. Give me a bloody chance to settle in. And it will be called Breakfast Time. There's no doubt about that. That came through last night and immediately. Nothing. I mean, Gahey's been mentioned again today, guys. But for me, it seems like bloody Groundhog Day. It just seems like, you know, on Newcastle United just putting little stories out to these to the journalists just to mention the same players over and over again, because there's just nothing going on. Because we are dealing with, it seems to be Sesko and nobody else because of this one player deal.
I'm sure if we went for Gahey, Liverpool would be straight in for him because they're linked with him as well, aren't they?
I agree.
Right,
so
but Liverpool, surely Liverpool can't do Isak and Gahey, Billy.
What's his face, isn't they? Luis Diaz.
Well, yeah, but isn't that partly fund the Isak deal, surely?
I don't know. They'll find a way, wouldn't they?
Well, all these clubs seem to find a way apart from us. It's ludicrous. Anyway, Noxie with a super chat. If we don't get Sesko, who do we want next? Ramos. Benjamin Sesko is with us. Do I need to change my name to Nico Jackson? No.
You're able to miss the keys on your keyboard, mate.
Indeed. Dave Bannon says, can someone explain we have spent sod all for 3 windows? How much can we spend now?
I found it strange today that Keith Downey said that we were probably over our limit by bidding what we have for Sesko. I found that an odd thing to say, given that we bid the same for Akitike.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a little bit worrying, to be fair. Where does that leave room to bring anybody else in?
We need more players, don't we? We need 3 players at least on top of maybe 4.
Yeah,
I think we need 2 strikers.
And I don't want to be the queen of the Amanda Staveley fan club.
You're gonna be.
And I'm gonna be. I know she left us in a bit of a financial pickle with the PSR situation. But was that maybe the right tactic? Because it gave us 3 years to recover. And if we maybe get the right players in, 3 years to recover, the more we progress in the Champions League, the bigger the payout for that. So is that what she was relying on the first time round? Is that maybe what we need to do this time round? Maybe because we can't allow ourselves to be, one, bullied by the cartel and drift away from those top spots for me. So I think we need to go big and rely on Champions League and competition payouts. I'm a risk taker, though. Let's do it.
Seattle Geordie, member for 43 months now. Sorry, just got in. Your poll should be not Eddie Howe, but playing at NUFC. Is it location? Welcome back, Paul. Well, maybe we can put that in a poll.
Well, that's another split question, though. Is it Eddie Howe, or is it the club because of the way it's been run and the stories coming out, or is it Newcastle the way it's been run and the location because it's in the Northeast. So many questions.
Craig Lee makes a good point. Could Sesko be worried Isak stays? Is he going to be the number one?
I think it would have been given assurances Shuley's coming in.
Yeah, if we sign you, he's gone to Liverpool. Simple as that.
Yeah.
James Logan, member for 30 months. We need ruthless folks to deal with these teams and agents. Also, why didn't we sign Bobby Clark on loan? Would have solved the homegrown issue cheaply. Yeah, he's gone to Derby County, by the way. I don't know whether you guys know that.
Yeah.
That's a shitter as well.
Could have had him for nothing. They've released him, didn't they? Salisbury.
Yeah, well, Lee Clark would have loved him back in Newcastle. Absolutely loved him back in Newcastle. But unfortunately, he's signed for Derby. Ruffy Benisian, 21 months a member, also a mod. Going all for Ramos at PSG. Wants to play for Portugal in the World Cup. Would get game time as good as Sesko, if not better. I like coffee, says PIF, seem to be helping our rivals more than they do us. Yeah, that's been said many times.
An interesting debate.
Indeed. DK35 says Martinez from Inter, Evan Nielsen from Bournemouth.
I think Martinez is a little bit too old for the profile, but Evan Nielsen's a good shout.
Yeah. I mean, Evan Nielsen, but is he that elite level, Billy, that we're looking for?
No, he's not. He's not, to be honest. He's kind of in between the two, I'd say.
Yeah.
I'd have him as a number 2. I mean, the Vista thing's gone quiet, hasn't it, as well now?
Well, apparently he's turned up for Brentford today for training, so I don't know what's going on with that now. He's back training. So who the hell knows, Billy? Jordy Dan says, honestly, I would rather we went for Gonçalo Ramos. Great attitude, still young, scores goals, loads of talent, loves the number 9, and it's a cooler name.
Well, based on the final point, I'm in.
Well, yes, but there's been some very good Ramoses over the years, hasn't there? Let's be fair. Graham back again says it's £20 now, Paul. Stop mentioning he shall not be named. This will be the last one, as Mrs. Beaker has noticed her card has gone. Brilliant. Cynical Jim, thank you. Vissa scored just as many non-penalty goals and wants to play for us. I mean, Sam, you made a good point before we went live as to why aren't we just paying the little bit extra that Brentford want? Surely, I mean, what is it, 5 million or something? Just
it would be out amortized. It would be nothing. We wouldn't even feel it. Just pay it. Just pay the money. We need the support, and irrespective if we keep Isak, irrespective if we sign Sesko, we need a second choice striker. And he's Premier League proven, which we know that Eddie likes. We've seen him ourselves countless times. He's a fantastic player. Pay the extra 5 million and stump it up, lads. What are we bloody? And he wants to come to the club.
I know. We've got a player there.
My mind.
Yeah, we've got a player sitting there who finally, somebody who wants to sign for Newcastle United, has made it public as well that he would love to play for Newcastle, and we won't stump up the little bit extra.
Yeah.
He even turned down Tottenham as well in the process, by the way.
Yes, with his former manager.
What is that? What's going on?
Anyway, another player linked again with us today, who's been linked many times in the last couple of years, Malik Chow. And again, it's the bloody reports. Newcastle United are set to approach AC Milan. It's like we're set to so basically we're set to approach when we've finished the Sesko stuff, when we've moved on to another striker. When are we set to approach AC Milan for Chow? Because we don't seem to have the staff to do more than one deal at a fucking time.
Do you know what? It's like approaching an amber light at a crossing, though. It's like we're set to approach, but we're just going up slowly. We're not being an amber gambler, and then we're going to stall at the amber, and then it's going to go red. That's how I feel like that's going to go, but we'll see.
I mean, the thing is with Chow he's made it known that he wants to go back to Germany. Why going for someone who doesn't want to come to England?
Well, it seems like we're doing that with every single fucking player we're going for this summer, Billy. Like, let's just go and speak to a player who doesn't want to sign for us, just so it looks like we're trying to get a player in. Because at the minute, that's how everything seems from the outside looking in. That we're just basically getting mentioned with these players, just so God forbid we get to the deadline day, we couldn't get deals over the line. Because I'm sure that sentence, the way it stands right now, that sentence is going to come to fruition. at the end of August. And if they do, there will be ructions.
But everybody look forward to our transfer deadline show because we do a great deal for charity, please.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. As frustrating as the last few ones have been, and probably this one will be as well, we do stream all day. Well, at least it's closing earlier this time, around 7 o'clock. I think it shuts this time, Billy, doesn't it?
Yeah, 7 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be going live from around 10 a.m. all the way through to 7, possibly after 7, because we'll be sort of, it'll be awake at the moment, going through the transfer window, talking about if it's been a success or it hasn't. But we do, on a serious note, raise money for charity. We've got four charities very close to our heart on this channel who we will always raise the money for. We made £5,000 in money for charities in January. Can we beat it in a lesser time this time around? It would be fantastic if we could. We've certainly grown as a channel since then, so we got more people with us. So we will be live all day, and we'll see how much money we can raise for charity. That is probably going to be the highlight of the day, the way it stands at the moment. But we shall but see, folks. We shall but see. John Cook with a super chat says, Ramos for me now, once out of PSG, has scored a hatful everywhere he's been, and he's cheaper. Get him and Visser, and we have a solid front line without the drama of Willock. They won't. Willock, I think that must be will they, won't they sign? I don't think you're supposed to put Willock there, but obviously he's mentioned Joe Willock in the past, which is why he's his auto spell has gone straight to Willock's name. By the way, yeah, Foxy, good point. R.I.P. to former Porto captain Jorge Costa, who has sadly passed away. Terrible news that. Sean, NUFC, has he chosen Man U yet? What's the delay? Not officially, but if you look on Sky Sports News on the transfer show, it's put Sesko as the second highest valued transfer of the summer, with a little star next to it saying RB Leipzig to Manchester United. Not RB Leipzig to Manchester United / Newcastle, just Manchester United. So that just tells you everything that you need to know about all this media pushing for Newton Heath. Bruno's Magic Hat, a member for 29 months. Looking forward to watching Sesko on loan at Villa in 18 months.
See happening, can't you? See happening.
I mean, it genuinely is. It genuinely is a graveyard for players right now. I mean, obviously I'm a little bit biased, but I don't see what glamour there is in moving to Manchester United.
It's not glamour, it's green.
And it's not location either, because Manchester, I'm sorry. Come on.
It's wages, but you know, Billy keeps saying it. There's plenty of people in the chat keep saying it. It has to be wages, because that's not where you go to progress your career. That's not where you go because you're proud of the club and you're excited about what's to come. It's a shit show. What on earth would you go there for? And I'm not, I'm holding my hands up here saying, do you know what? I know Newcastle doesn't look great right now. The optics aren't ideal, but goodness me. I mean, Google Man United and their recent faux pas. Yeah. My goodness, is that what you want?
At least we are playing Champions League this season. European football.
Exactly.
I mean, Billy, the problem we have is we all said how important it was to get Champions League. And the reason for that was because we can get the elite players through the door. Because we'd have Champions League football, that would be a massive pull.
And keep them, ironically.
Yeah, but it just hasn't worked out like that, has it?
No, we've been... They're vultures, aren't they? They're circling ahead and just coming down, stopping us from progressing, whether it's with players we've already got or with the ones we want to attract. We're not being allowed to do anything. And they've got more money to spend, wages-wise, and they're allowed to spend what they want, fee-wise. So we've got no chance of fee.
Keith's asking, do we need to accept NUFC as a small-town club?
Absolutely not.
I wouldn't say small-town club. In terms of trophies and winning things, there's no way we're up there with the Man Uniteds and Liverpools. Of course not. But I wouldn't say we're a small-town club.
I feel like we're sorry.
No, if you look at the fan base, etc., we're definitely not that. What were you going to say, Sam?
Well, I agree absolutely. In terms of fan base, we can rival with the best of them. It's something special, and you hear that from players who come in and experience that being in a black and white shirt. But for me, I feel like are we maybe a small fish in a big pond is where I feel like we are at the moment, and I love that ambition about us. But you've got to have the nous and the balls to back it up. And I just don't feel like we've shown that recently. We've had a severe lack of planning, which has put us in the situation that we are. I felt it with Amanda and me and Dad during the takeover. I felt like we could kick on. Now, questionable.
Yeah.
But it won't just be us. It'll be Aston Villa, it'll be Nottingham Forest, potentially Everton, potentially West Ham United.
Yeah.
Whoever's got a bit of ambition about them, we'll have it all strangled out of them.
Yeah.
So I mean, these group of clubs alongside us, don't be kowtowing around the big six like some of them do. You see Brighton with Chelsea, etc., etc. Getting dodgy little loans left, right, and centre off these so-called big clubs. It's got to stop. It's supposed to be a competitive league where everyone's got an equal chance of winning it. I know that's nonsense. It's only kind of a pipe dream. But at the minute, there's only 6 clubs that can win it, and that's pathetic.
Doug from the Dugout Football channel, big friend of the channel, of course, Liverpool fan. Thank you, Doug. Please check his channel out as well. He does lots of football content as well. Man United always overspend on wages. Funny they couldn't pay the canteen staff, but we're about to pay £200 million on 3 players. Make it make sense. We can't, Doug. We can't make it make sense. It's baffling. It really is baffling. Mark Mullins with a super chat says, for those who say no elite players want to play for Eddie, give your head a wobble. So you're saying Bob and Applebin is a better manager than Eddie? Well, let's take a look at the poll, shall we? What do you reckon, Billy?
No, I think it'll be massively against the Eddie Howe thing.
Okay. Sam?
Agreed.
Okay, I asked you guys the question, do the elite players want to play for Eddie Howe? 51% said no, 49% said yes.
Wow.
Incredible. And that was on 2,000 votes.
That surprises me.
That is, I'm really shocked by that, actually. So basically, it's almost half and half. It's almost a middle split, guys. That's quite surprised me. So a lot of people thinking that Eddie might be the problem, that he's not a big enough name in the manager's world. Halves don't. So crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's have a look. It's just Bob. State of everything. Do we think the owner should come out with a statement about the club? I think the time for statements, Sam, I don't know whether, or Billy, I don't know whether you agree with this, but probably the time for statements is when the window is shut and it's all done and dusted, and we get an explanation. Because we could be sitting here on transfer deadline day celebrating the fact that we've got 3 or 4 players in who will actually do good, strong players for the squad. We'll have to wait and see. But as it stands now, if this is the end of August, as it stands now, surely we are owed an explanation.
100%. Yeah.
I think for me, obviously, we're all really craving some type of communication. Explain this to us, because none of it makes sense. The time for an early statement has absolutely passed for me. I feel for Eddie Howe because he is now the mouthpiece of the club. So he's gonna have to face the media on that one and make the statement. And I don't think that's right, but it's the way that it's going to have to go. He's the face of the club and the representative. But I think we're too late. I think we're going to come out at the end of the season, end of the window rather. It hasn't gone how we expected. It's clear to see, but we're really excited about the signings that we've made. It'll be a copy and paste job. I don't expect anything groundbreaking from that statement, but I'm sure lessons will be learned and this will be examined.
Well, how many times are we going to say that, Sam? How many times are we going to say lessons learned? Because it doesn't seem to be that we've learned anything. We're going into another season with a threadbare squad when we've got so many games to play.
Well, I'll challenge that with you a little bit then, because I don't think we haven't had the PSR handcuffs loosened enough in the previous windows to be in that position.
Yeah, very
so
true,
I think let's just compare apples and apples here. So I do want to be fair, this is really down to not being equipped enough with the right capabilities within the club itself to make those deals happen and have the right people pitching our club to prospective players.
Can I just address a comment, Paul? It's in the
Absolutely,
chat.
yeah. Go ahead, Matt.
Gavin Howe said Eddie's even said Newcastle aren't in a position to sign ready-made elite players. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is, why are we then? Why are we trying to get in a position? Why are we trying to sign elite-made players?
Yeah, it's a good point.
If he doesn't think we can do it, why are we doing it?
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of
time and effort, isn't it?
Yeah, that would say to me, like, we're going half-heartedly trying to get these players instead of full-on going to get them because we don't believe we can sign the elite players.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But you know what? It shows we have learned a bit of a lesson because I think earlier in the window, we've been going in with well off the mark in terms of the deals, in terms of where we're pitching our transfer fees at, in terms of what we're willing to offer players. We've been going too low, and that's been extending the time it's been taken, allowing others to swoop in and get them. Now we learned a lesson from it with Sesko. We've gone big. We've given them what they wanted. We've given the player what he's wanted, and he still doesn't want us.
Well, in chat saying what a bait question. I thought that at first. I even said so. But look at the result of it. It's like 1%.
Yeah, it's split down the middle. That's why we asked it. You know, maybe the poll is based on current situation. Look, I'm only asking. You know, I'm not saying either way. I'm just saying I was very interested to get your guys' opinion on it by running that poll, and it's split right down the middle. It's fascinating. We'll finish off with a few super chats. I Like Coffee says, I remember when players didn't want to join us because they didn't want to fight relegation, but not joining us despite Champions League football makes no sense. Yep. Ian Hogg says the agents are the biggest problem as they look at wages, not the development of the player they represent. It's pure greed. Chris says protest against the EPL Big Six at St James's this season. I think it's got to be more than that. It's got to be a lot of clubs, fans coming together to there has to be rules in place, but rules that are fit for purpose for every team in the league and not just looking after the big boys.
I agree. If we did that on our own at Jeddy's Park, what the president says, look at Newcastle United.
Oh, yeah. Whinging and crying. Yeah.
I mean, in Billy, you'd get a few pans into the crowd and then the cameras would just turn off because that's not the message that they want to promote. It would have to be a multi-club weekend of signs up in the grounds where they can't be ignored, where we all actually collaborate and get together on the same page to say, this is unfair, people. We're not saying there shouldn't be rules. There needs to be rules to keep it fair. But fair is the main word here. Currently, it is not.
Sorry, Abs, I'm taking you to task on this. Sorry, Paul, but you knew exactly what you were doing when you put up that disgraceful poll. Knew what I was doing. What are you talking about?
Versus down the middle of result, Abs.
2,000 people voted, Abs. 2,000 people, and it's voted right down the middle. So how is it exactly disgraceful when I'm just asking a question? Get off your high horse. Bloody hell, honestly. Peter Garthwaite says, should we up our Sesko bid to screw over money? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we up the bid. It doesn't matter. We could pay double what we're offered at it will not matter, Peter. Simon Muller says, what about Julian Alvarez? Good player.
Got me to get him out of Atletico, though, wouldn't it? We'll be seeing him this weekend, hopefully.
Exactly, yeah. Do some deals. Sam, grab him on the door as he's going into the ground. Do some negotiating.
I will do my very best.
Ian Morgan says the answer for me is look at some hidden gems under the radar abroad. Isak, Tonali, Bruno and Botman are our strongest players, and they were from abroad. And Andy H says Vissa and Ramos, 100 million quid. Well, fascinating show tonight, guys. Thank you so much for taking part. Even if you disagree with the poor labs, I still love you. But thank you very much for watching. Please do give it a like if you've enjoyed tonight's show. And of course, hit that subscribe button as we continue to grow the channel. Thank you to all our recent subscribers as well. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for signing up to the memberships and super chats tonight. You've been incredible again. Can't thank you enough for the support you give this channel. Mods, thank you. And of course, Sam and Billy, thank you very much. It's been great chat tonight. God knows what's going to happen. If there's any breaking news tonight, I'll probably jump back on live again if there's an announcement, but we'll just have to wait and see. Alex is back with us tomorrow night. Sam is back on Friday. And you can bet your bottom dollar that Alex will have more to say than his brief little cameo role tonight. But great show. Thank you for watching, everybody. And we will see you yet again tomorrow for another counseling session. In the meantime, good night and yoo-hoo!
Well, that's and losses.
Come back and check on some breathing.